Somehow the New York Jets are 4-3, beating the New York Giants here in overtime, 13-10, walk-off field goal in the end from Greg Zuerlein. One of the weirdest, strangest games that I have seen in a long, long time. It has to be one of the worst combined offensive performances that I have, as far as that, I can remember, right? Last handful of seasons, I can't remember one worse. I have the team stats pulled up here, just quickly glancing at them. Like, how did the Jets come away with this win? Right? Give credit to Olberg, give credit to the defense. We have to give credit to Wink Martindale and the Giants defense. Both defenses today, I felt like did a tremendous job, right? Guys getting home, getting after the quarterback. I thought both defensive lines played pretty good, maybe outside of the Jets in the running game, stopping, really just trying to neutralize the run game. I felt like maybe the Jets struggled a little bit, but overall, I felt like both the Jets and the Giants defense today, they obviously did enough for both squads. But in the end, it was just like, what offense was going to get the break, right? Was there going to be, who's going to get that game determining call in the end? Because at least, with me watching, whether it was Nathaniel Hackett's play calling, whether it was, Zach holding on to the football for too long, whether it was just poor offensive line play, guys getting hurt, I was sitting there watching, just having, and it sucks to say it, right? I hate to come on here, in another recap video and complain about the Jets offense struggling again, especially after the bye week where we've had 2 weeks to prepare. And I do want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Tyson from Let's Talk Jets Radio. He called this on the podcast, right? Where he said that the Jets historically under Robert Saleh came out of the bye week a little slow, a little sluggish. Now, obviously, in the previous 2 seasons, that was Mike LaFleur was a big part of that, running the show offensively, his system, his game plan, him calling plays. LaFleur's no longer here, and the New York Jets looked like the same exact team as we have been these past couple of seasons under Saleh. But man, we continue to struggle in the same areas week in, week out, and it is so damn frustrating. I don't get me wrong, I am extremely pumped up about the win. Right, you got to do whatever it takes. Yes, we're 4-3. Yes, we're above 500, and the Jets have looked better in previous games, even against the Chiefs, where the Jets ended up losing that game. But against Philly, we looked great in that game. So we have it in us. It's just the consistency. And again, the problems just keep coming up every single week. Let's quickly go over them, right? What were kind of the main issues going into the game? What were the main issues that, Jets fans all over were focusing in on, talking about every single day? Third down shortcomings. What were the Jets on third down today? 2 of 15. 2 of 15. Hackett even addressed this in his press conference. I believe his exact words were, "We sucked on third down. We have to clean it up." 2 of 15 is not going to cut it against some of the better teams in football. And by the way, the New York Giants were 2 of 19 on third down. Let's see here. Total plays 62, total yards 251 in 17 total drives. The Jets were flagged 9 times, gave up 85 free yards. They had 25 minutes of time of possession. The Giants had 38 minutes. Some of these numbers are just, we couldn't really run the ball all that effectively. I thought Brees looked fantastic in that screen pass, or not the screen pass, the little check down where he took it to the end. But let me just quickly count how many punts the New York Jets had today. Okay, so 11 punts and 2 turnovers. And again, we have to give credit to the Giants defense. They went out, they did their thing. They have been the superior unit, right, on that Giants squad this season. But their defensive line was getting after it. A'Shawn Robinson, Kayvon Thibodeau was all over the place. It's just these issues, right? And that I think the thing that's most frustrating, and granted, you can almost spin it in a positive light where, and this is kind of the stance that I've been saying for weeks now, where it's like, we know what the issues are. We just have to figure out a solution and move forward, not just continue to do the same thing over and over. I really felt like we turned that corner against the Chiefs, right, on primetime on Sunday night, because we went through the first 3 weeks, Buffalo, Dallas, New England, And then once week 4 hit, we started doing some more things offensively, getting Zach outside of the pocket more, letting him throw down the field. I guess another thing, another facet that we have to bring up here is the weather was horrible. We do have to throw that in. It's pretty rare to see a quarterback go for 390 passing yards, 400 passing yards against a good defense in a downpour. I get that completely. But man, just as a Jet fan, you want to see more. You want to have conviction walking away from this game. The Giants were 2-5 coming in. It's not like they were world beaters or anything like that. You would want to walk away from this game feeling like, man, you know what? We just manhandled one of the, a below average team in the NFL. I'm not getting that sense. Defensively, yeah. But admittedly, they were down to QB3. And, even that last drive that the Giants had in overtime, it just seemed like they wanted to get out of there. Just like the quick little outs to Saquon Barkley. Just strange stuff. So, yeah, we win 4-3. That's great. Of course, we have to get ready for next week. We have a big 2-game stretch. I believe it's Chargers and then Raiders. Huge games with big AFC implications there. But again, just quickly glancing at some of these team stats, right? And I don't want to put my complaints or my issues here on one individual player or anything like that. I think it was collective, right? Again, injuries on the offensive line, Nathaniel Hackett's play calling. I think at this point, if I am Hackett, if I'm solid too, at the end of the day, he is the head coach of this football team. I think what I would do, I would think about it. I would entertain the thought of potentially giving somebody else an opportunity to call plays. I'm not saying he has to abandon it or give it up this week or anything like that, but just time is starting to tick with this whole, how many weeks can we go where we're horrible in the red zone? We start slow every single week and we're horrible on third downs. I personally don't think it's 100% on Hackett, because again, we've seen we've seen this Jets team start slow the previous 2 seasons, and in the offseason, all of the blame got put on Mike LaFleur's shoulders. It was Zach Wilson and Mike LaFleur. Neither of those guys are going to be playing and coaching. We're not going to look like that team. Of course, Zach's in there now, but I mean, man, it's just to me, like, offensive performances like this are just inexcusable. Like, if you're walking away from this game and you're a Jets defensive player, you're thinking like, yeah, like, I'm pumped up, we won, it's because of us. But we can't sustain this. Like, this cannot be the formula. 11 punts, flagged, whatever it was, 9 times, essentially gave up like a full field of free yardage to the Giants with 85 yards. 2 of 15 on third downs. And I hate to come on here after a win and be negative, but it's just like, you want to see the conviction, but you know what? At the end of the day, we are 4-3. We have to take the positives. We have to take the great defensive performance and move forward with it and just get ready for, again, I believe it's the Chargers next week. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Trade deadline Tuesday, 4 p.m. Will the Jets make a move? Will the Jets be buyers? I think there's a pretty high chance. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. The Jets are 4-3. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.